Welcome to Candid Conversations with Dr. Latonia. I am a licensed professional counselor and a licensed clinical pastoral counselor. And this is a faith based podcast where we express ourselves through authenticity and transparency about lived experiences through the lens of mental and spiritual health. Everybody has a story to tell, and this space was created with them in mind. On today's episode, we'll be joined by self made millionaire Michael Franks, who will share his story about how he used his adversity to walk into his full purpose and become the successful businessman that he is today. So I'm not sure what's going on with it today, but I have an echo. Do you guys hear it? Hey, Michael, do you hear that stuff going on?
I don't hear nothing. No, it sounds fine to me.
Oh, okay. Well, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I can't complain at all.
Good. So, okay, can we start with you sharing what your businesses are and the services that you provide?
Mostly what I do is I dispute people's inaccuracies on their credit reports, mainly late payments only. Everything else I sue for, like collections, bankruptcies. I see if there is any indiscrepancies on your credit report, and then I send you to a lawyer, and then they sue the credit bureaus. That way we can get them removed, and get them some money. That's the number one thing. And then I own a sports memorabilia business, which explains all the. This is different. I'm backwards for some reason on the camera. There we go. But yeah,
Is that better?
yeah. I'm.
Okay, sounds
It's, it, my office is nothing but sports memorabilia everywhere you see. So
okay, awesome. So I've often heard that in order to be successful, you have to surround yourself with people that know more than you do. In other words, you need to sit in rooms with people who are smarter than you.
mhm.
Is that the route that you took, or did you just work really hard and teach yourself?
There are people that I came up under, of course, through the music business, I guess you can say. But I think the number one person will probably be Jermaine Dupri. Just looking up to him and just being able to, whenever I want to, have a conversation with him about different things and learn from him. Another person I look up to, Devin Steele. I ask him a lot of things. He's a radio DJ. He's here in Atlanta now. He's from Memphis, but he's here in Atlanta now. And Jason from CMG. He's been Yo Gotti's tour manager for, I think, 20, 25 years. And it's just
Mhm.
me and him share a lot of stuff together. We talk and, the ebooks and different things like that. So it's just being able to conversate with them answering my questions, giving me their opinion. But for the most part, I kind of sheltered myself once I got out. Um, I stayed off of social media. I decided to teach myself how to do stocks. So
Mhm.
it took me like 6 months to a year to do that, and then to do other businesses. And I just basically wanted to teach myself how to do different things. I just didn't want to go back to work and do a 9 to 5 with anybody ever again. So basically, just taught myself everything.
Okay, awesome. So you know a lot of people.
I do. I have a lot of clients, and then they know a lot of people, so they always send people to me, and I get to know even more people. So it's a blessing.
Okay. Okay. So, was the goal for you to become a millionaire or to become successful?
No, just to be happy.
Just to be happy.
Yeah,
Never once thought about the
no.
income.
I've never prayed for money. I've never asked for it. I've never asked for more. My prayer has always been, I just want to be happy. And then I
Okay.
just think once I found something that I love, like with the sports memorabilia stuff and just helping people, like you've been on my Facebook friends list for years. You see, I post help someone today, at least 2 or 3 times a week, and
Mm-hmm.
just I make money doing what I love. It just comes naturally after a while.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Help someone today in just a little while.
Okay.
Um, Sometimes people will often ask children, what do they want to be when they grow up? Did you
Mhm.
always know that you wanted to be a businessman, or was there something else?
Well, I went to school for business management. And
Okay.
then when I got out, I was like, okay, I'm managing a Popeyes, making, you think like, oh, you're making $35,000 a year, you made it. And then once you have a child, it's like rent, like lights, and it's like you just become like, man, $35,000 a year, it just gets you by.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
but yeah, as far as like owning my own business and things like that, yeah, I didn't grow up thinking that. I always wanted to play sports or baseball or something like that, and just never.
Okay. Did you play sports
I
in
did.
school?
My dad died,
Football?
and then yeah, I played football. I played baseball, basketball, and football. And then my dad died, and went the wrong route and lost that dream.
Okay. Okay. So you shared your story on Facebook a few
Mhm,
times regarding your hard times. And when I reached out to you without hesitation, I was like, hey, friend, you have an amazing story. I really want you to be a guest on the podcast. And without hesitation, you was like, I'm there. What time?
mhm.
So, what inspires you or motivates you to be open about your life story?
Hoping that it helps somebody else,
Okay.
because I mean, I see being that I was where I was and the post that I used to make, I
Hmm.
can look at somebody's post and see like, yeah, something may be wrong with this person. Then I'll reach out to them, and they're like, yeah, this is going on, this is going on. It's just like noticing those little things that people may post on social media. I have a, fake social media page that I just um, like the different hashtags and things like that. I'll end up
Hmm.
speaking with somebody, just to help them.
Right. Okay. Um, so before you were who you are today,
Hmm.
you went through some really tough battles, particularly in 2017 and 2018.
Hmm.
2017, your attempted suicide. 2018, your attempted murder charge.
Hmm.
Will you share with us the adversities that you went through in the span of a year? Because that was in a year's time, or maybe a little over a year.
It was more. I think when my mom died in '09, I just kind of fell off.
Hmm.
I had no desire to really want to do anything anymore. Um, I went to work just like a normal person, but I was always broke and just wanting to provide for my son when I never had it, and I couldn't do that. And that kind of set me back even more. And because I raised him by myself, he's not seen his mom since he was 2, and he'll be 22 in like 2 weeks. So yeah, just raising him by myself, and it was just like just fell into a deep depression, and I really didn't realize what depression was. That's
Hmm.
something that we didn't talk about growing up in the '80s and '90s. There was like you're weak if you're depressed. You're not a man if you feel a certain type of way. It's just get up and go. And growing up
Right.
in the environment that I grew up in, it's get up and go. You don't have no choice. You just chin up, chest out, and keep on moving, and don't talk about it.
Mm, okay. Um, can you elaborate a little bit about what you did when you attempted the suicide? Like, what route did you take? Why did you choose that?
I don't know. I like when when I sometimes when I sit down and actually think about it, or I'm at the therapist, it's like
Mhm.
I don't know who that person was.
Mm.
The pills, the excessive amounts of liquor. I wasn't right. I wasn't. I go back and look at the pictures, the videos, and things. It's like I don't know that person. Even growing up in the '90s, I mean, I drank every now and then, something like that, but it wasn't nothing like how bad I got. It was
Right.
mixed with just this depression that I was going through, and it's hard to explain. It's easy to understand, but it's hard to explain if that makes sense.
Mhm. It does. It does. It does. How did you start the road to or begin the journey to criminal behavior, for lack of a better term? Like,
What do you
how
mean?
did you start getting in trouble? Like,
How,
how did you
oh,
start
I
getting in
started getting
trouble?
in trouble when my dad died. That like immediately after my dad died, I was in the sixth grade. I started fighting, getting suspended from school. I got jumped in. I got suspended. I was in the ninth grade for 3 years. One year I was suspended for taking a gun to school because I was going to shoot somebody because they shot us, and it was just like I don't know. It's just like one of them things that um, I was just wanted to hang around with the big boys.
Mm,
Everyone was older in the neighborhood, and they just I don't know. It's just one of those things that kind of like just snow coned, and it's
right,
out of
right,
control.
right. Do you know what you were searching for or what you were lacking as to the reason why? Because we do know that a lot of people go down that same road, but
Mhm.
for you, what was it that you felt like you were missing?
I hated God because when my
Mhm.
dad died, my grandma died, and my brother got killed. It was just like there was like too much, and
Yeah.
then I didn't understand being a 14-year-old. Why did my brother have to get killed? I just that just that baffled me, and it's like I
Mhm.
never stopped believing in God, but I hated God. I still remember just the prayers. It's like I would literally cuss God out, like tell him I
Wow.
hate him,
Mhm.
because I couldn't understand. Why would you allow this? Like, why am I this young, going through what I'm going through? And then I'd found out that I was adopted when I was 13, I think. So it's like there was a lot of emotions, and once
Mhm.
again, you being in Oak Cliff, you just you don't talk about stuff like that.
Mhm.
You get up and you put your bandana on, you put your gun in your pocket, and then you walk the streets and you go make money. That was our life, and it was being hard. It was nobody to talk to.
Mm. So, and that was going to be my next question. Was the time when you hated God, was that like a conversation that you had with Him, or was that an internal struggle? But
It was,
you were
honestly,
14.
yeah, it was 14 when my brother got
Okay,
killed.
okay. Have you since changed your mind about God?
In 2018, there was always that struggle, um, between that time and up until 2018. There was always that, because when I was always thought about suicide during like years probably 2016 to the last time I tried it, December the 8th, 2018. It was always that, like, why did you even wake me up this morning? Like, why am I even here? What is the purpose for me being here if all I'm ever going to be is unhappy? I just want to be
Hmm.
happy. As I talked about earlier, like when I pray, I just want to be happy. That's all I want to do. I want to finally be happy in life. And I could never find happiness. And it's
Mm,
like, and at that time, I don't know. I think there was days when it's like, bro, like, I don't think I ever said I actually hated him at that
hmm.
time, but I just wanted to know why. Like, just like everyone else, you get on social media and you see everyone out here doing this, doing that, and living life, and you don't understand it's a highlight reel at that time. I understand now that social media is nothing but people's highlight reels, but at the time, I guess I just didn't understand that, and I was upset every morning. I woke up and like, bro, why am I here?
Mm,
So
mm. So you also mentioned in your story that you were looking for somebody to um, love you when you couldn't love yourself, or something to that effect?
Hmm. Yeah, I
Is
always
that what you would
searched
want?
for somebody to love me to fill a void. And I think that
Mhm.
when I went through those breakups, being that because I didn't love myself the way I was supposed to, when I went through those breakups, it broke me even more. And especially the breakup in 2018, that was a hard one because I can actually say that, I actually love that person. And for them
Mhm.
and then for them to do what they were doing and everything, it just absolutely destroyed me. And once you go to counseling and then you talk to people and then you begin to read books. I think there was another issue. I grew up never reading books, so
Mm.
I just didn't have an understanding on certain things. So yeah,
Mm. Did you graduate high school?
hmm
Okay.
I ended up
Okay.
going to college.
Yeah, I know. I remember you saying that. I was just wondering if you had um, stopped going to school because you were getting in trouble, got a GED, and then went to college, but you did
No,
graduate.
my mom moved me to. That's how I ended up in Tennessee. I was supposed to be in the 11th grade, but I was still a freshman. So I
Hmm.
went to summer school and I caught up on all my credits. I kept on. So when everyone was a senior, and everyone's like taking just electives or just doing easy classes, or, of course, some people will want to go on to chemistry and, higher classes, prepare themselves for college. I was still in physical science as a senior. So just to get my credit, I passed biology one to get my science credit before I passed physical science. Had to do that in my last semester of senior year, just so I could graduate. I still never got all my electives. Miss Sampson let me pass without my art degree, so she still let me walk. She was like, "I'm just so proud of you for just getting here and you just doing what you had to do to graduate."
Hmm. Okay. So, still in therapy?
No,
No. Okay. Would
I
you
stopped.
recommend therapy to somebody who was in a dark place?
I don't think therapy is for everyone. I don't.
Okay.
Even for me, sometimes I'm like, I don't know why I went to therapy a lot of
Hmm.
times because at first I didn't think it really helped, but I think there was little things that was said like, haha, that makes sense. Like a little light bulb go off. Oh, that makes sense. But other than
Hmm.
that, maybe it's not for everyone. But
Okay.
if I would say give it a try and see if it is for you and if it helps you, and to go in with an open mind with it.
Okay. But it did help you to a certain extent.
Yeah, yeah. After like I said, it's just a light bulb. Like, damn, that does make sense. And then, because my therapist was actually a personal friend of mine,
Okay.
and then it was something that she recommended, like, just come in, and then we would talk, and it was just, I guess, it was more of that friend, just somebody actually sitting down and listening to what I had to say, and then she was like, when she got done with it, she's like, okay, so what are you going to do with this now? So are you going to continue to cry about it? Are you going to continue to do this? I don't think a regular therapist would have said that. But being that she
Well,
was a
that
personal
ain't true.
friend,
I say it
I,
all the time.
oh, dude, see, okay, then I mean that if I went to a regular therapist and they said that, I'd have been like,
Hmm.
"Are you really saying that to me?" Because I guess growing up on tough love, I
Yeah.
think that's needed. But she was like, so what are you going to do with this? Are you going to use this as fuel, or are you going to
Mm.
continue to cry about it? And it was just like one of them light bulbs, just. And that's when I just got off of social media and got to work.
Okay. So they say that hindsight is 2020,
Hmm.
because it provides clarity about something that you've gone through in the past,
Hmm.
basically. So, reflecting back over your life and everything that you've gone through, would
Hmm.
you do anything differently?
No,
Okay.
no, I'm glad I went through everything. I'm glad I went to jail. I'm glad everything that happened to me. I look back now and it's like that molded me into who I am now. And I don't know who I would be if I didn't go through that right now.
Mm,
So, um, maybe not glad or happy is probably the best word for that, but
mhm.
it molded me into who I am. So I wouldn't change nothing.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. So, um, an unknown author wrote a quote that says, "Helping one person might not change the world, but it could change the world for one person. Now, there is like a little headline or a slogan on your Facebook profile that says, help someone today.
Hmm.
And there are times when you randomly post, I'm buying someone lunch today, drop those cash apps, right? So I'm wondering how do you choose the 5 people or the 10 people? Because over the past few years, I've always dropped my cash app, sometimes 3 or 4 times under a post, and I have not gotten lunch yet.
I scroll. I just go on my phone and I scroll, and then whoever I point at, that's who I do. There was once I did actually read that somebody was like, "Oh my God, I really do need this so I can feed my kids for their birthday."
Oh wow.
And then I messaged her and I was like, "So whose birthday is it?" Blah blah blah. And then we spoke. Now, what I always do before I get some my money, I go to the Facebook page, make sure they're not in the clubs, make sure they're not, s- buying Jordans, that they actually really are broke. And she was like, she actually made a post like, "I don't know what I'm gonna do for my child's birthday." So
Oh, okay.
I didn't choose a whole bunch of people that day. I gave all the money to that person. But since then,
Okay.
I just scroll and scroll and scroll, and then I hit whoever's name that is, and then I actually like whoever that person is that won it. I like,
Hmm.
and that way I know who wanted that. I can always go back and look.
Okay, I feel better for not being chosen now that I understand better.
Yeah. But yeah, that one time was just one person, but every other time is always just scroll.
Okay, awesome. Um, any advice or tips for someone trying to find their way?
Mm, don't follow nobody else's steps. That's why
Hmm.
so many people fail.
Yeah,
Because like if as I mentioned JD, Jason, and Devin earlier, I can't do what they did. I can be motivated by what they do and continue to work by what they do, but I can't do what they do. That's not my destiny.
yeah. Do you remember what your aha moment was that said, "There's more to life. There's more for you to do"? Do you remember what it was?
I think when I finally got my son back in 2018,
Hmm.
I think that was the it. When he came off that plane, I was like, damn. Like I just like I don't know. Or it could have been that moment or when I woke up in the hospital
Hmm.
in December 2018. And I saw my friend there. She was so mad. She's like, she was just like, it wasn't even like, no, oh my God, I'm really glad you're okay. She just started cussing me. And
How did that make you feel?
I wasn't sure what was going on because that night I didn't try to commit suicide that night. That wasn't one of my tried attempts, but um, I mean, I was dead and they brought me back. So it was just, I was
Mm,
so drunk. And I guess, like I said, those internal demons was like, okay, take this bottle of sleeping pills. And I don't remember taking the sleeping pills. I don't remember passing out. I don't remember fall. I don't remember none of it, being rushed to the hospital. I don't remember none of it. I just woke up in the bed and my friend was cussing me out.
do you recall having a outer body experience?
Hmm.
Do
Yeah,
you want to share? What did
no,
it feel like? You don't want to
that
share it?
that's something I've never shared, and I think maybe one day I share it, but um, that was just like it was unreal. It was I think that's why I believe in God so much because of those two experiences that happened, and I like that's just something I've never even spoke on. I think I made a Facebook post once, and then some people was like, you know, they commented, and I was like, no, let me just delete this for other people to read it, and it
Yeah.
just you see them on TikTok, people talking about this, and I died, and I seen this person, I did that, and then only thing I will say is that I was laying over my body, and I was
Mm,
begging to go back. I will say that, but um, that was just it was eerie.
mm, I can only imagine. Do you go to church?
No, I'm not a
Okay.
Christian.
You're not. What are you?
I'm a Muslim. I
Oh,
converted
okay.
in 2018. Even though my my Christian when I left Christianity in like 2004, 2005, it
Mhm.
was mostly because I loved Jesus, but I could never get and understand the worship of Jesus. And even like when my pastor passed away last month, we still talked. We always talked about that, and
Mhm.
that that was something that she had always struggled with also, and it was just like when I went to jail, I'd always studied like other religions. I studied Judaism, I studied t- uh, Islam, and I still like was studying Christianity at the same time. And it's just like reading the older translations of the Bible and stopping. I stopped reading the King James version and different things like that. And then just
Mhm.
I was like, this is like there's so many traditions inside Christianity that Islam and Judaism doesn't have, and I think that's why I always like those a little bit more than Christianity. But I chose Islam over Judaism because Islam believes in Jesus. I'll always believe in Jesus. I just never worship Jesus. I don't pray to Jesus, if that makes sense.
Mhm. Okay. Well, to each his own. I do
Yeah.
believe that. Any business tips for say I did hear the interview that you did um a little while ago with what's his name again? The
Daniel.
Yeah. And you
Hmm.
told him that you were a convicted felon.
Hmm.
So for those people who have also gone down that road, what would be some advice that you would give them on how to become as successful as you are? Because it's hard for people to find opportunities once they've gotten something on their record. So what would be something that you could share that would maybe
I
help?
think when you first get out, don't try to go to a 9 to 5. Do your own thing. Go get a rake, go get a lawnmower, go do whatever, and start your own. Don't depend on nobody else. Don't get back into that structural lifestyle of having to clock in every day.
Hmm.
Just make a habit of getting up and working for yourself.
Okay.
So that would be my suggestion.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to
Good
be. I
deal.
know a lot of ex-cons that I speak with. It's
Hmm.
always landscaping, but there's definitely other opportunities out there for everyone to make it.
Okay. Good deal. Any new ventures for you coming?
Yeah, there's other people that I've invested in. Like I said, the tax business. There's one lady here in Atlanta. She approached me with a business. I really really liked her, um, her business ideas,
Mhm.
and I meet with her this week. And then of course the snow cone business. I want to expand that and actually start doing buildings and getting that up. So
Okay. Do you still have businesses here in Memphis?
well, my credit disputing business is still there in Memphis.
Okay.
The office
Okay.
is still there.
All right. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you, friend, for coming and having this sit down with me.
Hmm.
I know that somebody was inspired by your story today, or at least I hope they were.
Yeah.
Um, y'all check him out on Facebook. Michael Franks. He has helped so many people in so many ways. Again, I want to thank everybody for stopping by Candid Conversations with Dr. Latonia. It is my hope that something was said that was nourishment for your soul. Um, and until next time, take advantage of every living moment to love yourself and to love on those around you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michael.
You have a good one. Thank you.
You too. All right. Bye bye.